Welcome to this presentation of the certification HackTricks Training Azure Red Team Expert. In this certification, you will learn how to attack Azure and Entra ID environments and how to protect them. This course is divided in 4 sections, which, starting from the very basics of Azure and Entra ID, will help you understand how to attack and protect the most used services of Azure and Entra ID. You will learn also some methodologies about how to find every vulnerability and misconfiguration in these environments, and also several techniques to perform proper red teams. Of course, at the end of the certification, we will also talk about how to detect attackers and also different ways to bypass some common detection mechanisms. Note that the goal of this certification is to learn real Azure and Entra ID security and attacks to be able to offer professional services to companies that are looking for Azure security experts. Let's start talking about what to expect from this great certification. First of all, you will have more than 30 lessons with videos and slides that will help you understand every concept explained in the course, starting from the basics of the lesson until we reach the point where we talk about how to attack whatever the lesson is about. So in each lesson, we are going to start talking about the basics of some part of Azure or Entra ID until we reach a point where we talk about how to attack this part of this amazing cloud. This will help you understand perfectly how different parts of Azure works, but also how attackers could take advantage of them. The videos will also contain demos where the teacher will show the basics of each Azure service, for example, how to enumerate it, but also how to perform several interesting attacks. Then this certification will give you access to more than 60 hands-on labs in your own Azure subscription, not shared with anyone, with any other student, that will help you practice and therefore understand better how to perform the explained attacks in real environments. This will help you become a real Azure security expert, and having practiced performing attacks over Azure, you will be able to understand how to protect your own Azure environment and also how to perform red team assessments. Moreover, notice that having your own subscription allows us to perform attacks that are not allowed in shared labs because they could affect other users, so you are going to be able to find here great labs. And of course, you will also get one exam attempt to become HackTricks Training Azure Red Team Expert certified. The exam will be a 12-hour red team exercise over an Azure environment with several flags and a step. Also, the exam will be similar to the black box labs, which will allow you to prepare for it. It is possible also to send a pull request to Cloud HackTricks with a new Azure technique to reduce the number of needed flags to pass it. Of course, this pull request must show a high level of expertise in Azure in order for us to approve it, and reducing the needed number of flags to pass the exam. It should contain newly discovered attacks or vulnerabilities in Azure that aren't known yet by the community. If you are interested in this, feel free to ask us, or in the course you will be finding a lesson that will give more information about this. So now let's take a quick look to all the sections you can expect inside this certification. The first section is called Azure and Entra ID Basics. The first lessons cover basic Azure and Entra ID concepts and objects, such as the hierarchy of Azure environments, Entra ID tenants and principals, how to use the main CLI tools in order to communicate and enumerate Azure and Entra ID. So basically, you will learn all you need to understand about how Azure and Entra ID works, different ways to access Entra ID principals, and how permissions work. Basically, we will be starting from the very basics, so in later sections we will be able to talk about more complex and interesting topics. Therefore, you don't need any previous experience with Azure to take this course. The second section is called Azure and Entra ID Services Exploitation. During the course, you will learn how more than 30 Azure and Entra ID services and objects work. Moreover, you will learn how to enumerate and use or abuse them to escalate privilege, persist in the subscription, or perform other post-exploitation attacks. Note that during this course, we are not going to be showing any kind of 0 days, but we are just going to be using features of Azure to perform all these actions. Note that Azure contains hundreds of services. However, with just these services, you will always know how more than the 80% of the service used by most companies work and can be attacked. Moving on to the third section, this is black and white box methodologies. Knowing the security basics of Azure and Entra ID, and with a deep understanding of how the most commonly used Azure services work and could be attacked, you will learn how to perform white box Azure and Entra ID Pentest, so how to audit Entra ID tenants and Azure subscriptions with read access, and also how to perform black box Azure and Entra ID audits, so how to perform a red team over a company that is actually using Azure and of course Entra ID. The goal of this session, of course, is to give you the capabilities to offer security services to companies that are looking for Azure security experts. You will be able to review Azure and Entra ID environments and find vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers so the client can fix them. You will also improve your red team skills when you find yourself attacking a company that is using Azure and Entra ID. And finally, the section 4 of this certification is called Defense Bypasses. In this section, you will learn about basic Azure services for logging and alerting and some techniques to bypass these common detection mechanisms. This is great for blue teamers and Azure admins to understand how to check logs and how to catch attackers. It is also great for the red teamers that need to understand the most common techniques used to detect them. And moving on, we should also talk about who should get certified. Here we have the profiles of some people that could be interesting. For example, Pentester wanted to learn more about cloud hacking, sysadmins and DevOps engineer who want to learn about practical cloud security, and also tech professionals that want in-depth knowledge about the dangers of the cloud. And being honest, knowing that everything is being migrated to the cloud, any person working on IT should be interested in learning about cloud security, and actually this certification is a great opportunity to learn about Azure security and become an expert in this field. And being the requirements for this course, we have tried to minimize them. This is why you don't need any previous cloud experience to do this course. However, it is recommended to have some basic networking knowledge, some familiarity with the Linux CLI like Bash or Windows PowerShell, and some basic cybersecurity or pentesting knowledge. This is because having this knowledge before starting the certification will help you understand better the concepts explaining in the course, and therefore you will be able to get certified easier. However, we will always be there to help you if you have any doubts or questions about the course or the contents. So hopefully by now you're wondering how to access the certification. First, you need to go to training.hacktricks.xyz/courses/AzRTE, register and buy a voucher for the certification. Then, whenever you're ready to start the course, log in the platform and redeem the voucher to start it. This basically means that when you buy a voucher for the certification doesn't immediately start. You can wait to whenever it suits you better to start the certification. And finally, once you have started the certification, enjoy learning Azure and Entra ID hacking. And of course, if you're watching this video because you are already a HackTricks training Azure Red Team Expert student, thank you very much, welcome and enjoy the learning.